A very good evening from the Nottingham Wildcats arena for this final pool match in Pool 4 of the L Lynch Trophy. Derby Trailblazers taking on Myerscough Academy. The two teams up on the screen for you now. Derby currently top of NBL Division 1, having played more games than their nearest opponents. Myerscough are currently, of course, unable to play in Division 2 because of the COVID restrictions, but last season they were runners-up in Division 2 behind a very close title race behind Team Newcastle, who were then promoted into Division 1, and of course who Myerscough beat in the previous pool match on Saturday. Convincingly beat them as well, 100-53. Derby with 2 wins already to their name as well, so the winner of this game will be group winners, and it gets a little bit complicated if we were to have a win for Myerscough by 3 points. I think calculators and abacuses and all sorts of things may come into play in trying to work out the final group seedings between Bradford, Myerscough and Derby. All of them would have had 2 wins and 1 defeat. Starting fives out there for both teams. And we are almost ready to get underway. Before that though, the two teams will take the knee. Myerscough come up with a tip. Driving inside, looking for the first score. Myerscough, and an offensive rebound and putback is good for 15 Franklin Adu. Derby have the ball back with Jacob Conway on offense, running the point, wearing 11 to Rima Lascelles. Contact spotted by the referee. Foul is called on, I think that's 9. Joaquim Richardson for the holding foul. First foul on him. Conway in the corner for Derby. Looking to get it inside to Ollie Stanley. Stanley will go baseline, kicks it out through Rima Lascelles to Conway for the 3. It's long. The rebound was held briefly by Iwidubu and went out of bounds, so it will be a Derby ball end line. Malcolm Smith, baseline jumper is no good. Rebound pulled down by Myerscough. And the first points go to Iwidubu. Blake Bowman for Derby. Bowman feeds it inside to Ollie Stanley, and then Malcolm Smith for 2 points gets Derby off and running. Broken up by Derby. Rima Lascelles with the outlet to Blake Bowman. Takes it to the hole and ties the score at 4-all. Strong move along the baseline for Iwidubu. He goes to 4. Lascelles powering down court, takes it all the way himself, ties the scores at 6. Myerscough working it round the top. This is Chive looking for the 3, I think. No, rebounded by Ollie Stanley. Long outlet to Bowman. Malcolm Smith will go for a rare 3 and nail it. He moves to 5 points. Myerscough looking to reply with a 3, no good, rebounded by Rima Lascelles. Outlet to Conway. Malcolm Smith back to Conway, who hesitates before thinking about the 3. Malcolm gets it back inside. Shot was short from inside, rebounded by Adu for Myerscough. Three-point attempt is good, this time for Joaquim Richardson. Ball game tied at 9 points apiece. 6:46 on the clock in the first quarter. Conway under the basket, doesn't get it to go. Rebound is pulled down by Richardson. Richardson kicks out to David Chive, formerly of Reading Academy. His shot is long and it goes out of bounds over the top of the backboard. Derby will have the baseline possession. Lascelles turned over by Derby. Richardson, I think, with the steal to Chive. Myerscough keep it alive. Shot goes up, it's no good. And the rebound pulled down by Lascelles, but he was out of bounds on the baseline. Long shot from the corner from Chive is no good. Rebounded by Myerscough. And it's an offensive foul called on Myerscough. Derby setting the play with Jacob Conway to Blake Bowman. Malcolm Smith at the top gets it inside to Ollie Stanley. His shot is long, but he gets his own rebound. Smith, spin move, short, and it's picked off by Myerscough. Foul is called on Derby. First on the Trailblazers, it's on Jacob Conway. Myerscough bringing it around the top. Almost lost the handle on that one, but keeps it alive. 3 going up is short. It's rebounded by Lascelles. Lascelles outlet to Blake Bowman underneath the basket. It's passed through to Ollie Stanley for the 2. And Derby lead it 11-9. Midway point of the first quarter. Double dribble is called against Pedro Ellery. Trailblazers ball. Checking in for Myerscough, wearing 14 is Tyrus Wawari. Bowman powers to the hoop, doesn't get the drop. It's rebounded by Iwedebo. Turned over by Myerscough. Bowman this time will set the play for Derby. Finds his way through to Malcolm Smith. Conway thought about the 3, shoots the long 2 instead. Off right. Good D from Josh Gademi, who's checked in for Derby. 3-point attempt from Myerscough, no good. And it's rebounded by Blake Bowman. Here comes Gademi, thought about the long 2, doesn't take it, passes it off to Conway, now with Smith. Malcolm Smith drives inside. Foul committed. Second foul on Franklin Adu. Wasn't a shooting foul, so it should be end line ball for Derby. Changes for Myerscough with Dan Gargan and Joseph Bancole coming in. Inbounded by Conway through Gademi and back to Conway. Josh Gademi has it back, drives to the hoop, feeds down towards Malcolm Smith, but there's a whistle again. Blocking foul is called on 5, Joseph Bancole, and this time it will be shots for Josh Gademi. First one is long. Neither are successful. In fact, it's rebounded by Iwidubu. Three from Myerscough, no good. Rebounded by the men in green. Coach Neil Hopkins on his feet, directing his side. Foul called on Derby is a second on Conway. And a timeout is called by Myerscough. 11-9, Trailblazers in front, 2:59 on the first quarter clock. Drive inside is good for Myerscough. Richardson with that too. And turned over by Derby as they attempt the fast break. Myerscough with the ball. Wari has it. Under the basket, the pass is good to Ossabar, and he gets the 2. Foul is called against number 9 for Myerscough. Myerscough in the penalty, and that's the second foul called against Richardson. Ash Ugo on the line for Derby. All string with the first. And likewise with the second. Game tied again at 13 this time. 1:58 left in the first. Long three-point attempt, no good. Picked up by Ollie Stanley. Lascelles for Derby. Down to Josh Gidemi. Gidemi kicks it back out. And an offensive foul is called. And that's against Rima Lascelles. Myerscough working it well round the perimeter, dishing it back out. Pass the ball inside, now back out looking for the 3. It's broken away by Ronaldo Beria. Another rebound offensively for Myerscough. Myerscough looking for another 3, no good. Rebounded by Ollie Stanley for Derby. Lascelles driving through is no good. Put back from Stanley, no good either. Ball is back with Myerscough. Good pressure defense from Lascelles and forced out of bounds. So Derby will get the possession back. Stanley under pressure will take it baseline, and that dunks it. Slammed home with attitude by Ollie Stanley, the Derby captain. I think he enjoyed that one. There was a whistle on the play too, so there will be an opportunity for a 3-point play here for Ollie Stanley. Bit high with the shot. Myerscough come away with it, but don't convert, and Stanley's back up the other end to rebound. Here's Gidemi looking for 3. He makes the 3. He was fouled in the act of shooting as well. A chance to a 4-point play for Derby here. Doesn't convert the bonus. And it will be a Myerscough ball. 6.1 seconds of the first quarter remaining. Myerscough will need to do something fast here if they're going to make it count. Double team from Derby. And a travelling violation is the call called against Joseph Bancole. So with 0.5 of a second on the clock, Derby leading by 5. It will be an inbound ball from the Cells in the backcourt. Long pass down court. The only chance was the catch of a hope and tip into the basket, but it didn't happen. And at the end of the first quarter, Derby lead this game by 18 points to 13 here at the Nottingham Wildcats arena. It's the final pool match in Pool 4 of the L Lynch Trophy. Derby Trailblazers 18, Myerscough 13. Back underway in the second quarter then here at the Nottingham Wildcats arena, the L Lynch Trophy game, the penultimate one in Group 4. And we have an offensive foul called against the Trailblazers. Second foul on Rima Lascelles. Long pass from Myerscough, looking to get it inside. The shot is over the top of the rim. It's rebounded by Blake Bowman, and here come the Blazers on offense. Bowman kicks it back out to Ronald Obira, looking for three. Doesn't get there. Rebound is with Ossabor. Stolen by Blake Bowman. The Cells will bring it down now through to Malcolm Smith. Smith going to work, his shot blocked and rebounded by Ossabor, but he stepped out of bounds. Apologies that I think I did mix up Ossabor and Iwidubo in the first quarter. That was because I think the team list that I was given was slightly different to the official list that's in use. So the shirt numbers were different on my sheet of paper, so apologies for that. Malcolm Smith shooting for deep for two. He moves to 7 points. Myerscough long pass cross court to Chive. Wawari has it back to Chive and now back to Wawari. Good D from Oberia. Chive on the wing is out of time. Great D from the Trailblazers, forcing the 24-second shot clock violation. Smith at the top gets it inside to Ollie Stanley. Easy 2 points for the big man. Derby captain moves to 6 points. Chive looking for 3. Long with the attempt, it's rebounded by Jacob Conway. And Conway will bring it down court for the Trailblazers. Smith gets it back to Conway, who will shoot for the 3. It's off the front of the rim, rebounded by Oberia. He will go for the 3. That's off left and rebounded this time by Ellery for Myerscough. Brought up court by Wawari. Stolen away by Derby. Good hands, I think, from Conway first. Bowman coming up with the ball eventually. And that's going to be a Derby ball after it was stopped off the foot. Timeout has been requested by the Trailblazers. They lead at 22 points to 13. And there is 7:30 of the second quarter remaining. Back underway, Bowman finds Conway into Ollie Stanley. Stanley with a nice spin move, across the baseline, short with the shot, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, still won't go. This time Malcolm Smith gets it. Now Ollie Stanley, 4th time lucky the Trailblazers convert the points. And the lead is up to 11 points. Long 3 is no good. Rebound is there from Myerscough. Foul on the putback. Foul is on Ollie Stanley. It will take Pedro Ellery to the line for 2. Correction, that's actually Louis Sullivan on the line for the 2. Makes the first. And the second is good too. Bowman for Derby. Closely guarded by Myerscough from David Chive. Conway inside to Ollie Stanley. Foul is called on Titus Wawari, his first. Wari is replaced by 9 Joachim Richardson. Stanley takes it inside, he gets fouled. Foul is on 8 Sullivan. Derby struggling at the free throw line a little in the early stages of this game. Second one is good though for Ollie Stanley. Three-point attempt doesn't drop, it's rebounded by Stanley. Myerscough have it back and a foul is called quickly on Malcolm Smith. First foul on Malcolm. Derby 3 team fouls in this quarter. Myerscough 2. 6:01 on the clock. Three-point attempt again doesn't drop for Myerscough. Great hands from Lascelles, tipping it up into the air, then grabbing the rebound for Derby and bringing the ball down court. Bowman gets it back to Lascelles. Lascelles long cross-court pass. Back to Bowman, who will try the three, it doesn't go. Changes for both sides. Blake Bowman being replaced by Ash Ugo. And that's Wes Iwidubo coming back in, replacing Louis Sullivan for Myerscough. Three-pointer short from Myerscough, rebounded by Ugo. Jacob Conway on offense. Takes it to the hole and is good for 2. First points in the game for Jacob Conway today. Stolen by Rima Lascelles under the basket. Back out to Rima. Rima into the corner trying to find Ash Ugo, but the pass was a little too hot. Ugo couldn't connect. In the corner, three-point attempt from Myerscough is good for 11. Great Asabar goes to 9 personal. Endline ball for Derby will come in from Lascelles. Ollie Stanley along the baseline is long. Jacob Conway rebounds. He is fouled as he went to shoot. So Jacob will go to the line for 2. I think that's the 3rd personal foul on Joachim Richardson for Myerscough. Jacob sinks the first. Nothing but net with the second as well. And the lead back to 11 as far as Derby are concerned. Richardson checking out for Myerscough. Back into the game, I think, came Chive. Ball came off somebody's foot there, so it will be a reset shot clock to 14 seconds. Blocked, but Myerscough get the rebound back. Osterbar will go to the line here, not sure who the foul was on yet. Hard to tell the fouls straight away here in Nottingham as the officials are on the opposite side of the hall from the commentary position. I think that's the second foul actually on Ollie Stanley. So Osterbar on the line for 2. Gets the second. Jacob Conway for Derby. Cross court to Lascelles, back to Conway, who will look for the 3. Shot's not dropping for him this evening. Myerscough pulled down the rebound. The foul is called on Ash Ugo. And with Derby in the penalty, we'll be straight up to the other end for 2 shots. First one from Iwidubo is short. Second one off target. 1 to come. Third one is good. Turned over by Derby. 3:30 left in the second quarter. The Trailblazers up by 9 here in Nottingham. Chive passes across court looking for a 3-pointer. Here's number 4, Pedro Ellery. He sinks it. Puts it back to a 6-point ball game. 3 minutes remaining in the second. Lascelles has it for Derby. Ash Ugo thought about the 3 briefly, passes it off instead. Here's Conway. Lascelles to Conway, looking for the 3 again. Long, rebounded by Gademi. Malcolm Smith doesn't get the 2 off the glass, gets his own rebound, doesn't get the 2 points but will go to the line. Malcolm makes the first. completes the set with a second. Malcolm Smith consistently one of the best free throw shooters in the league, and he's been joined in that respect this season by Jacob Conway on the Trailblazers roster. This is Osabar looking for the three. He's off left. It's rebounded by Blake Bowman. Three-second violation is called against Malcolm Smith. Back underway, the drive from Chive is no good. It's rebounded by Blake Bowman. Bowman's looking to go coast to coast, puts up the shot and gets the drop. He thought he was fouled there as well. He was looking at the referee for the call, but nothing given. Turned over baseline by Myerscough. Lascelles bringing his up court for Derby. Bowman under pressure from his opposite number. The Myerscough number 6 is Udima. Foul called on Myerscough. Is the first on number 6, Emiki Udema. So Blake Bowman on the free throw line for Derby. Bowman short with the first attempt. Second one is good for Bowman. Lead back to 11. Fed inside, good hands from Josh Kademi. Jacob Conway coming up with the rebound of the loose ball. Fed inside, here's Kademi. Short with his shot. Should maybe have looked for the pass there. Osabar brings it up court. Back out, and the three-pointer is off right from Udema. Derby with the rebound. Lascelles brings it through traffic, puts up the shot, doesn't get there. Ellery with the rebound, and the fast break should be finished here by number 12, Iwidubu, and it is. Lascelles now for Derby. Looking for options, finds Kademi in the corner. Fouled in the act of shooting the three. The foul's on Iwidubu. And that's going to send Josh Kademi to the line for three. Changes for Derby as we wait for that free throw to come in, with Oberia and Ugo replacing Lascelles and Conway. Kademi short from the line. Second one is good. And the third is good as well. So 2 out of 3 for Josh. into the final few seconds of the second quarter. Shot from Chive is good for 2. It leaves 7 seconds on the clock for Derby to try and add to their score. Oberia racing down court, baseline shot, hits the side of the backboard. It won't obviously count, it went nowhere near the hoop. So at the half-time break, it is the Trailblazers 36, Myerscough 27. Derby leading this one by 9 points at the half-time break. Let's go through the scorers quickly before I take a break. For Derby, Blake Bowman is on 5 points, Rima Lascelles has 2, Ollie Stanley 9, Jacob Conway 4, Malcolm Smith 9, Ash Ugo 2, and Josh Gademi's on 5. For Myerscough, we have Pedro Ellery on 3, David Chive 2, Joaquim Richardson is on 5, Great Ossibor has 10, Franklin Adu 2, Louis Sullivan 2, and 3 points as well for Wes Ibidubu. So those are the scorers at the half-time break. Leading rebounder for Myerscough, Great Ossibor on 8-1 at the offensive end, 7 defensive. He leads in terms of rebounding. For Derby, Ollie Stanley, always a workhorse on the boards. He has 3 at each end for a total of 6 rebounds. Rima Lascelles leading Derby with 4 assists. And for Myerscough, it's jointly shared with 2 apiece for David Chive and Titus Wawari. So 36-27, a 10-minute half-time break. We'll be back shortly. So players returning for the start of the third quarter here in Nottingham, the final Group 4 match in the Lynch Trophy. Derby Trailblazers with 2 wins and no defeats. Myerscough with 1 win and 1 defeat. They lost narrowly to Bradford. They need a win here if they were to progress to the next stage. Derby could still go through if they didn't win, but they'd have to make sure they only lost by 2 or less, I think. And if they were to lose by 3, then, well, it gets awfully complicated because you'd have Derby, Bradford and Myerscough all tied on 2 wins and 1 defeat. Here we are back underway. Myerscough have the possession early on. And the first 2 points go to Franklin Adu, doubling his tally to 4. Lascelles for Derby. Over to Conway. Bowman into the corner to Lascelles. Lascelles trying to find Ollie Stanley. Ollie didn't react quickly enough. It's a turnover for Lascelles. Myerscough back with the ball. Shot from Wawari is high off the glass, it doesn't go. And a foul has been called. I think that's number 2 on Malcolm Smith. Good D from Ollie Stanley. Rima Lascelles feeds Bowman, who will slow it down for Derby. Conway brings it inside, gets fouled. Foul is on 4. First foul on Pedro Ellery. And Jacob will be on the line for 2. First one misses. Second one for Jacob is good. The lead at 8 points, 8:43 on the second quarter clock. Wawari into the corner to Ellery. The 3 is no good, rebounded by Malcolm Smith. And Derby off and running with Lascelles. Fast up court to Bowman. Bowman couldn't hold on to it on the baseline. Wawari, double teamed by Derby, but there's a foul called, and it's number 3 on Jacob Conway. Good D from Derby. I think it was the hands of Malcolm Smith coming up with that steal. Blake Bowman heading up court, and he is fouled. Stopped on the way by, I think, 14. Yep, the scoreboard confirming that second foul on Titus Wawari. And Bowman will inbound from the sideline. Lascelles to Conway. Bowman brings it inside, puts up the shot, 2 is good off the glass, and Blake Bowman goes to 6. The lead up to 10. Wawari tries the floater, doesn't go. Ollie Stanley on the glass. Stanley to Lascelles. Wants to get it inside to Malcolm, but Malcolm's got some tough D in his face. Rebounded by Ollie Stanley as Smith put up the shot. It was unsuccessful. Lascelles. Shot clock down to 7. Kicks it back out to Bowman. Bowman brings it back inside. Dishes to Ollie Stanley. Across the baseline with 2 seconds on the shot clock. The Derby captain goes to 11 personal. Wawari back to Ellery. Ellery to Adu. Shot from Osabo is good for 3. Lascelles feeds it inside. It's stripped away by Adu. Myerscough coming up with a steal. Osabo on the break. This time he'll take it inside. Good D from Bowman, was it? No, the referee says it was a foul. First foul on Blake Bowman. And it's Great Osabo who's on the line for 2. 9 points the difference between these two sides currently. Just as he did last time, he misses the first but makes the second. So 50% from the line. Derby back in possession with Conway finding Ugo. Back to Conway, who will look for the 3 from the top of the key. No good. This time Conway rebounding the missed 3 from Osabo. Conway, normally a high percentage 3-point shooter, not managed to find his range yet tonight. Smith. No good. Offensive rebound for Ugo. Smith takes it inside. He'll go to the line this time. Foul is on 11. Osabo. First personal foul on Great. Malcolm sinks the first. Short with the second. And Myerscough rebound. Chive. Kicks it out to Adu. Reversal from Osabo, no good. Foul is called by the referee here. It is on Ollie Stanley. Third personal on the Derby captain. Jacob Conway checking out, being replaced by Ronald Iberia. And I think Ollie Stanley coming out now as well to be replaced by Josh Gademi. Osabo converts the first. Not the second, so he stays at 50%. But an offensive putback is good. cuts it to a 6-point ball game. Offensive foul called against Derby. And looks like a Derby timeout called too, as that gap is cut to 6 points. So the offensive foul just before that was called on Ash Ugo for Derby. 6 points of difference, 42-36, Derby in the lead. Myerscough with the ball. Wawari has it. Nice feed under the basket, and 2 points are good for Franklin Adu. Cuts it to 4. Josh Kademi looking for 3. Doesn't go. And the rebound is from Great Osobor. Wawari feeds Adu again. 2 more. It's back to a 2-point game. Adu up to 8 points. Bowman has his pass intercepted. And there's an opportunity to tie the game here from the foul line as the foul is called on Blake Bowman. Second personal on Blake. It will be Joseph Bancole who goes to the line, having stolen the ball. First one is good. And a second one good also. So the game is tied at 42. A 9-0 run from Myerscough. Bowman feeds it back to Ash Ugo. Ugo brings it inside, puts up the shot. Not going to go for him, rebounded by Osobor. Blocking foul is called on Ash Ugo. Third personal on Ugo. Myerscough to the line. Bancole stays perfect from the line. Takes that to an 11-0 run and gives Myerscough the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Kademi, inside shot doesn't go. Rebounds all Myerscough at the moment. Bancole with another one. is Ossabor for Myerscough. Double team from Derby, and it comes up with a steal for Oberia. This could be a dunk, and it is! Ronald Oberia ties the scores at 44 apiece with a breakaway dunk. His first points in the game tonight. Adu's running out of time on the shot clock when that one went up, but it was unsuccessful. Pulled down by Josh Kademi. Kademi to Conway via Lascelles. Now Lascelles gets it back to Conway. Lascelles at the top. 10 on the shot clock. Malcolm Smith has it. He will go down inside, put up the shot on the baseline. Doesn't go. Foul is called on 15, Franklin Adu, his third. Adu takes a breather. Coming back in is Wes Iwadubo. Malcolm makes the first. Doesn't get the second one to go, so just one for Smith. Rebounded by Myerscough. Foul is called on Malcolm Smith. That'll be his third. Dan Gargan to the line for 2. Gargan makes the first. First point in the game for him. Second is also good. 1 point lead for Myerscough. Ollie Stanley comes back into the game for Malcolm Smith. Conway. Back to Lascelles at the top. Oh, great feed inside to Ollie Stanley. Rima Lascelles has amazing vision sometimes, and there he is demonstrating it. Ollie Stanley converting with the reverse layup. Reply comes from Osabar. Demi back to Conway. Conway to Lascelles. Oberia will think about the three, takes it inside instead, and turns it over on the baseline. Wawari. Good D from Derby. Shot clock was running down, pulled down by Ollie Stanley. Rima Lascelles will set up the play for Derby. Feeds it to Ollie. And Ollie was looking for Josh Kademi, but the pass was astray. Inside the final minute of the third, Myerscough by 1. Wawari looking for the long two is good. First points in the game for him. They lead by 3. Jacob Conway looking for 3. It's long. Rebounded by Blake Bowman, whose 2 is no good. But the putback is there for Ollie Stanley on the second time around. And Ollie was fouled, so he'll go to the line for a bonus shot. Bonus does not go. Tipped on the side. It's going to be a Derby possession. Derby struggling on the foul line tonight. At half time they were just 10 from 17, and they've missed another 4 since that point. .7 on the quarter, 14 of course on the shot clock. Ollie going inside, doesn't get the basket to drop but does get another foul, so he'll go back to the line. So 2 to come for Ollie Stanley on the line. 20.9 left in the third quarter. The first one is high and off target. The second one off target too. Dismal night for Derby from the line. Myerscough rebound. They lead by 1. Good D from Malcolm Smith. Wawari guarded by Smith. Stanley, the shot won't go. And at the end of the third quarter, it is Myerscough who have turned it around. They lead by 1, 49-50 at the end of the third. Players coming back for the start of the fourth. Derby being led by Ollie Stanley on 15 and Malcolm Smith on 11. Myerscough being led by Great Ossibor on 19 and Franklin Agu on 8. Here we go then, final quarter. A 1-point lead for Myerscough as we start this final period of the final pool match, Group 4 of the Lynch Trophy. Stanley high off the glass, gets the drop. Back in front by 2. Sorry, back in front by 1 with that 2-point basket. Myerscough looking for the 3 from the wing. It's no good. Rebounded by Malcolm Smith. Stolen away by Myerscough. Huge outlet from Malcolm Smith was too far away from Jacob Conway. Referee stops the game. And I think he's having the shot clock reset. Yeah, 4 extra seconds going back on the shot clock there. Myerscough with the ball, looking potentially to shoot the 3 again. No, a travelling violation is called on Pedro Ellery. Lascelles bringing the ball up court for Derby. Only his 2nd game in his 3rd stint with the club. Conway from long range with the 2 is no good. Jacob just 5 points in the game today, well below his season average. Myerscough bringing the ball inside is number 8, Louis Sullivan, who gets the 2. Lascelles trying to get it inside. It came off the foot, I think. No, it must have been an out of bounds. A lot of bodies in the way of my viewing point there. So Myerscough back in possession with a 1-point lead. Looking for the 3. It's all string and it goes from Richardson. Joaquin Richardson with that 3. Jacob Conway looking for the 3. He's failed to connect from outside tonight. Similar story with that one, rebounded by Osobor. Richardson's shot no good. Osobor comes up with the rebound. 3-pointer is attempted by Myerscough, no good, rebounded by Lascelles. It was Eller with the 3-point attempt. Here's Bowman bringing it inside. And it's turned over by Malcolm Smith. 7:22 remaining. Wawari goes through the middle. The basket's given good, and a foul is called on Oberia, his first. Wawari's bonus doesn't go, rebounded by Ollie Stanley. Stolen away by Myerscough. Stolen back by Derby. Lascelles with it. And Malcolm Smith with the 2. 4-point lead for Myerscough. Wawari kicks it out to Adu. Back to Wawari. Osobor tries to get it inside. There's a whistle on the play. I think it's going to be a foul call. Foul is on 8. That is foul number 4 on Derby's captain Ollie Stanley. Three-point attempt from Myerscough is all string for Richardson, his third 3 of the game. Takes their lead to 7, 60-53. Turned over by Derby. Myerscough working the ball well. 3-point attempt will not count. It was short and it was also out of bounds. And a timeout is called by the Trailblazers. 5:43 remaining, 60 plays 53. Myerscough up by 7. So back underway with a Derby possession. Lascelles will bring the ball up court for Derby. Gudemi to Lascelles. Lascelles feeds it to Ollie Stanley. The dunk is good. There's a whistle on the play too. Just waiting to see who the foul is on, but there will be a bonus opportunity for Ollie Stanley. Foul is on 11. The shot from Ollie Stanley, like so many of Derby's free throws this evening, off target to the left, and Myerscough rebound. 5-point ball game, 5:16 to play. Blocked by Ollie Stanley, rebounded by Rima Lascelles, and outlet to Stanley. Derby need a score here. Josh Gudemi puts it up and gets the 2, and a whistle on the play. Big play for Josh Gudemi. Only his second basket from the field this evening. Chance for a 3-point play for Gudemi here. This one is good. Makes it a 2-point game. 4:58 to play. Turned over by Myerscough. just shy of 5 minutes left to play in this ball game. Derby trailing by 2 points in the increasingly cold Nottingham Wildcats arena here this evening. As an icy gale drifts in. Josh Gademi looking for three, doesn't get there. Rebound for Myerscough. Myerscough on offense at the moment. Osobor stolen by Oberia. Outlet from Lascelles back to Oberia. This could be another dunk. No, he goes for the layup, and Derby tie the game at 60 apiece. Myerscough call time out. Wow, we could be in for a thrilling finale in this one. The final group game in Group 4 of the L Lynch Trophy between Derby and Myerscough. Myerscough lost by 3 to Bradford, but won their other game against Newcastle. Derby have won their opening 2 games. If Derby were to lose this one, it would leave 3 clubs on a 2-1 record, and that would make things very, very interesting indeed. My understanding, don't quote me on this, I think I've got this right, if Derby were to lose by 2 or less, they would progress as group winners. A defeat by 4 would put them out of the competition if it was 4 or more. Just waiting on clarification on that, but that was my understanding going into this game. Derby back out on court following the timeout called by Myerscough. And there is 4 minutes and 29 seconds left in the game. And we're tied at 60. So game on. Attempted jam is no good for Myerscough, rebounded by Lascelles. Lascelles bumped from behind, nothing given, and it will be a Derby ball end line. Ollie Stanley is short, it's rebounded by Myerscough. Three-point attempt from Wawari, no good, rebounded by Adu. Kicks it out, looking for another three, and the wing is number 9, no good, rebounded by Lascelles. Derby guard using his height, Iberia can't convert the alley-oop. Lascelles holding his head to say, my fault for the pass. Coach Matt Shaw wanting a travel to be called, nothing given by the referees. Osobor down to Wawari, 7 on the shot clock, shot goes up. And a whistle, which once again, due to my position, it's hard to tell who these fouls are being on. I think it's foul number 5 on Ollie Stanley though. The Derby captain has given his all tonight, he fouls out of the game. Ollie Stanley going out with 15 points, I make it. Always a great workhorse for Derby is Ollie Stanley. First shot from the line from Wawari is good. The second one isn't. There's a whistle on the play. See what it is. Referee saying someone in too soon, so one shot to come. And this time it's successful. Lascelles has it for Derby. Lascelles to Gademi, back to Lascelles. Gademi again. Kicks it back out to Lascelles. Gademi going for the 3, it's well short. Rebounded by Myerscough. just inside 3 minutes remaining. Travelling violation is called against Dan Gargan. Myerscough by 2 with 2 minutes 50 on the clock. Jacob Conway and Ash Ugo back into the game, replacing Oberia and Gademi. Derby, of course, missing Charlie Brown and Luke Petak through injuries this evening. Blake Bowman takes it inside. He's fouled. Foul is on number 9, Richardson, his 4th. Blake Bowman gets the first to drop. Second is good. We're tied at 62. Wawari for Myerscough to 9 for 3 is no good. Rebounded by Bowman. I'm sorry. Bowman gives it up to Lascelles. Here's Rima passing it back to Blake, and Ash Ugo in the corner. Thought about the 3 very briefly. Kicks it back out. Conway on the wing also gives up the opportunity for a 3. Lascelles is called for an offensive foul. Third foul on Rima, and all 3 have been at the offensive end. .156 left. Myerscough with the ball. Three-point attempt is no good. Derby will get end-line possession. Jacob Conway looking for 3, nails it, his first one of the night, and that could be crucial here at the Nottingham Wildcats arena. Derby lead by 3, 1:23 left in the game. Derby on defence. See what the call is here. Foul is on Ash Ugo, 3 shots to come for Myerscough. 4th foul on Ugo. And it is Titus Wawari who may or may not feel the pressure here. First one rims out. Second one rims out. Both teams now sending rebounders into position for the third shot. And it is rebounded by Malcolm Smith as the third one misses as well. Lascelles to Conway, back to Lascelles. Back to Conway, and Lascelles again. Lascelles with a no-look pass. Unfortunately, nobody else was looking either. It's a turnover. Inside the final minutes, Derby by 3. Wawari. Under pressure, he turns the ball over. It's stripped by Blake Bowman. Bowman coming up court. Bowman finishes it for 2. And Derby have that 5-point lead. A timeout is called by Myerscough, who is suddenly looking at a 5-point deficit in a game which they controlled for much of the second half. 41.6 seconds remaining. It's Derby 67, Myerscough 62. So Myerscough have had their throw of the dice. Let's see what happens when they inbound through Titus Wawari. Good pressure from Derby. Richardson with the ball at the top for Myerscough, trying to feed it inside. And the foul is called on Rima Lascelles. It's a shooting foul, which means that Ossabor will go to the line for 2. 4th foul on Lascelles. Ossabor fails to connect with the first. Ball back in his hands for the second. That's also off target and rebounded by Malcolm Smith. And that could be curtains for Myerscough's hopes. Lascelles brings it up court quickly. Bowman back to Conway. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Sorry, on the game clock. 8 on the shot clock. We have a foul called on Myerscough. 9.6 seconds remaining in the game. Now Myerscough are not in the team penalty, and I didn't see whether that was a shooting foul or not. No, it wasn't. It's a sideline possession, and it will be put in by Rima Lascelles. Lascelles to Conway, who is immediately fouled by Dan Gargan. Oh, hang on. The referee here is signalling a Myerscough possession. Now, I'm not sure what happened there. Timeout is requested by Myerscough, who are down by 5 with 8.7 seconds remaining. I can only assume that Jacob Conway must have stepped out of bounds there, or maybe a backcourt. It was a bit difficult to see from my position. So 8.7 on the clock. Derby 67, Myerscough 62. Those 5 missed free throws from Myerscough late in the game could prove very costly for the Lancastrian side. Players back on court. It's going to be Wawari to put it back in. 3-point attempt goes up, it's rimmed out and it's pulled down by Jacob Conway. Derby will go to the line. And it will be Conway to shoot 2. And that is, I think, a 5th foul on Great Ossabor. He's had a good game for Myerscough this evening, leading his side, but fouling out with 3.8 seconds remaining. Jacob Conway sinks the first. Nets the second as well. In a low-scoring game for the Trailblazers American. And there is the final buzzer. So the final score here in Nottingham tonight. Derby Trailblazers 69, Myerscough College 62. And a 7-point victory for Derby, which means that they will win Group 4 of the L Lynch Trophy and progress to the quarter-finals with a home tie against Worthing Thunder. I will just very quickly run through some of the final stats for you from the game. For Derby, Blake Bowman finishing with 11 points, Rima Lascelles 2, Ollie Stanley 19, Jacob Conway 10, Malcolm Smith 13, Ash Ugo 2, Josh Gademi 8 and Ronald Oberia 4. For Myerscough, Pedro Ellery, my mistake, 3 points, David Chive 2, Joaquim Richardson 11, Great Ossabor 19, Franklin Agu 8, Joseph Bancole 4, Louis Sullivan 4, Dan Gargan 2 and Wes Iwidubu on 3 and Titus Wawari on 6. Top rebounders in the game for Myerscough, Great Ossabor with 14, and for Derby, Ollie Stanley with 12 and Rima Lascelles finishing with 9 assists for the Trailblazers. Victory for Derby here in Nottingham tonight. Commiserations to Myerscough. They put up a good fight to the Division 2 side, and it was certainly a little bit nervy for them, Derby's perspective, throughout that third and into the fourth quarter. But victory for Trailblazers in the end, who, as I say, will face Worthing Thunder in the quarter-finals of the L Lynch Trophy. The details of that game will be announced as soon as we have them. But thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope you've enjoyed our coverage here from the Nottingham Wildcats Arena of this L Lynch Trophy match.